EJ Spark back in the building with yet another album review. Today it is Metro Boomin, Heroes and Villains. Be sure to stick around till the end for the final score. Metro Boomin drops Heroes and Villains today, continuing on with his cinematic action superhero series, what I assume is a continuation from Not All Heroes Wear Capes. The funny thing about trap albums is that trap is, well, trap. So it really depends on the vocalist performances on whether or not the album is a really good album or a mediocre album. But when it comes to Metro Boomin, his production just carries the entire load of this project. Metro Boomin can make you feel like a superhero and a villain. Metro Boomin beats is what all the Fast and Furious soundtracks should be like. Metro Boomin beats are every explosion in action movies. Metro Boomin is the Beethoven of trap. Metro Boomin is the Bruce Wayne of trap. Metro Boomin makes your face look like you are smelling surstrumming for the first time. Metro Boomin made me, who is honestly not the biggest fan of trap music, thoroughly enjoy this listen. Listen, throughout this whole album, you could talk about the 808s and the kicks and that the tracks are just these absolute bangers, but within the production are these big dark synths like in Too Many Nights and Around Me with Don Toliver. He uses strings themselves and techniques like plucking magically on songs like On Time, Superhero, Trance, and Walk 'Em Down. Gives us a nice thick and juicy grand piano that always sounds dirty on trap beats like on the song Umbrella, and even gives us just that illustrious soulful sample that I needed so much more of on this record on Feel the Fiyaaaah. And what makes Metro so great is that he really elevates the sounds of the artists he works with, and it does sound as though he really caters to their specific styles and molds the beats around them and guides them, because these artists really did sound unique to their own style, especially Travis Scott, which I'll get to a bit later. The album intro On Time with John Legend is incredible. It's a fantastic start to the project. The beat is one of the best Metro instrumentals I have ever heard, and I hope he does more of these big orchestral productions because that beat was so grand and John Legend fit perfectly on it. I love how the beat led right into Superhero. Back-to-back fantastic tracks to kick off the album. The Superhero beat was nasty and Future was the perfect fit for this beat, and I also loved the beat switch toward the end where Metro uses piano, bass, and plucking to his advantage as Chris Brown belts out lyrics basically about him being against the world type of deal. Don Toliver was a standout act on this record. Too Many Nights and Around Me were great. He now has some great chemistry with Metro. I feel as though these beats were specifically made for Don Toliver and no one else really could have done these songs like Don Toliver. Now, to get to Travis Scott, I do think an elephant in the room is that, you know, in the past few years, a lot of Travis Scott features have more or less sounded the same between the auto-tune, his flows, and his deliveries, right? But I feel as though Travis did switch up the flow, but still stayed original to his own style, especially on songs like Raindrops, the back end of Niagara Falls, and Lock on Me. I just thought Travis sounded more original on these features than a lot of other features that we have heard from Travis in the last few years, so it was really cool to hear that. I just feel as though Metro really guided Travis to this sound, and I think that's what makes Metro Boomin such a great producer. Not only that he's great with the beats, but you know, he can really guide these artists to make their sound stand out even more than it already does. Future and Young Thug are pioneers of this genre, so it's no surprise that they did their thing on this record, although I thought Future shined more than Young Thug on here. I do really like the darkness of Trance, but I really wasn't feeling Metro Spider. I didn't mind the production, but there's just better production and performances on the rest of this project, and that also goes with the I Can't Save You interlude, although the transition into it was fire, and that also goes with All the Money, the bonus song with Gunna. I just thought that one wasn't on par with the rest of the record, and I thought Feel the Fiyaaaah was a great ending already. 21 Savage was also all over this album. I don't think there was a verse of 21 that I wasn't into, but you know, when we talk about 21 Savage, we have to talk about the song Creepin. This song was no doubt the best or top 3 best song off this album. The Weeknd's performance on this was a whole other level with some crazy background vocals to go along with the Weeknd's lead vocals. It was also such a great switch up lyrically because if I'm being honest, lyrically is kind of where this project falls a bit flat compared to the production and the performances themselves on the record. We did have a lot of gangsta rap and braggadocious lyrics lyrics throughout the album, which is fine. I don't think the lyrics were bad by any means, but you're gonna find a little more surface level than introspective lyrics throughout the entirety of the project. But songs like Creepin is one of the exceptions. I mean, Weeknd and 21 write a song about having feelings towards someone else, but have gotten to the point where their hearts can't take it, and if she's creeping, then they don't even want to know, which unfortunately can be a sad truth as you get older. But this song is magnificent from top to bottom. The production, the lyrics, the theme. At first, I honestly didn't know if 21 Savage should have been on this song, but the more I listened to it, the more that 21 Savage's verse really grows on me. Right off the bat, I loved Weeknd's vocals, and I'm so glad the Weeknd just sang throughout this whole song, and I'm glad he got the majority of the lyrics, because we know 21 Savage gets a lot of the lyrics when it comes to Metro Boomin beats, but the Weeknd absolutely shined on this song, and I think 21 was a good addition as well. I think between John Legend, Chris Brown, the Weeknd, and Mustafa on Walk 'Em Down, I think Metro should definitely start working with more singers, because I do think he did so much justice by them. The way he switched up his production and used some beautiful piano and strings, the sky's just the limit for Metro's production. Metro Boomin would benefit by branching out and working with more singers like these guys. The other standout track on this album is Feel the Fiyaaaah. Rip Take, he was amazing on this song. This song itself is great, and again, it leaves me wanting more soulful samples from Metro. I think he does these samples so well. It's just a robbery and a crime that we don't have more than one song that sounds like this on the record. And get 21 Savage on one of these as well. I think this was definitely something 21 Savage could have gone in on. But ASAP Rocky and Takeoff sounded great on here. I think their flows and deliveries proved to sound great over soulful samples. Just a feel-good song. Definitely the feel-good song of the record. But overall, this is, if not the best trap album I've heard since Savage Mode 2, probably. And even through some lyrical shortcomings, you know, the narrations provided by Morgan Freeman low-key make up for it, as does the production by Metro himself and the energy of the artists. I'm going to give this album an 8.4 out of 10, but what were your thoughts on Heroes and Villains by Metro Boomin? Did you enjoy this album as much as I did? Did you not? And let me know your favorite songs in the comments below. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it. If you liked the video, hit a like and subscribe to the channel if you love making music, talking music, and listening to music just as much as I do. You can follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram at EJSpark1, and as always, you know what it is. It's peace, love, I love s'mores, EJ out.